Welcome to week 6 of 52 weeks of wellness, and today kicks off the beginning of February, which is going to be our self-love month. So this month I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a break from some of the dietary changes and stuff that we've worked really hard on up to this point. If you're new to this channel, or you're new to this whole thing, or you've been watching but you just haven't made some of the jumps yet, this month will be a good time if you want to start incorporating. We did the cutting out refined sugar, we did cutting out gluten, and we did adding in the smoothies, which I felt were the 3 biggest dietary changes you can make right away. But this month I want you guys to take a little bit of a break from some of that. Not a break from doing that. If you started doing that, just, keep that up. You're doing awesome. You're setting forth habit changes that are going to last forever and ever. Remember, the goal is to change this whole year, to change everything so that by next year you're a whole different person and you did it 1 week at a time, 1 habit at a time. But this month, as far as the new stuff I'm going to give you guys, I really wanted to focus on more of the internal part of health and the mental part of health, which doesn't get as much attention as it should. So February is self-love month. So this month we're going to be talking about, we're going to just be doing a lot more things that are oriented to loving yourself into a transformation, loving yourself into a better place, mentally, emotionally, and physically, health-wise, and all of the above. So one thing I want to talk about today, and I haven't scripted this, I generally don't script what I do, and we don't actually have the time right now to edit any of these videos really extensively, so I pretty much just kind of have to trust that anything I do and say on this is good enough and to give to everyone, so give me a little grace. But one thing I do want to talk about is just self-image. I've recently, and I'm still new to the world of hypnotherapy and some of the psychology that's involved with eating and habits and how we see ourselves and all that. Health and everything for me, nutrition, has been years and years and years in the making. And I've had the pleasure recently, when I did my schooling to become a health coach, I did it through the Natural Wellness Academy, and Linda Joy Rose, Dr. Linda Joy Rose, she has a PhD in psychology and years of experience in hypnotherapy. And she's worked with people on all kinds of things with hypnotherapy and has a really great understanding of the inner workings of the subconscious mind and the things that our mind does to create and exacerbate our habits. So it's been just such a cool thing to be able to learn more from her. And as I did the hypnotherapy program and working on getting certified in that, I'm just learning. It's opening up a whole new world for me, something that I haven't got to do in years because I spent so much time in doing nutrition and eating and food and cancer and disease prevention and gut health, that I would learn new things, but it would be gradual. Whereas this has been something that it's like Pandora's box was open for me, and it's been just so awesome. And it's been this key part of like weight loss and healthy lifestyle changes that I just not enough people know about, really, to the level that I've been able to kind of learn, and the level that's out there that other people are really good at teaching and knowing about. So one thing that's really important, I think that there's a lot of people out there, and I see it all the time. I do a lot with Instagram, a little bit with Facebook, and a little bit with YouTube, but I work with and I touch base and I connect with so many people even around the world, and there's 2 big things that really stand out to me. I'd say 3. There's those that pioneer holistic health and natural wellness and veggies and plants and bone broths and paleo and all that kind of stuff, clean eating lifestyle stuff, and being active and getting healthier. It's awesome. Then there's the side that tends to really promote the body image, the Fitspiration stuff. And I'm not putting it down, but I'm going to give you guys some food for thought, pun slightly intended, on the Fitspiration stuff. So, then you have the people that are, they are either in transition to get in really good shape, or they are in really great physical shape, and what they focus on and what they use to inspire everybody is their physical body or a level of perfection, and more power to them. Some of these men and women have worked so hard. I mean, all of them have worked really hard most of the time to get where they're at, but some of them have overcome eating disorders and now are more into fitness, and some have overcome overeating disorders where they were very heavy, and vice versa. Now they are lean and in great shape, and they're doing things that they haven't got to do before. So they're excited about it, and they're using this to motivate people. And for a lot of people, it can be a level of motivation. The other realm is what I call the accept yourself, love yourself, be proud in your own skin pioneers, which are awesome too. All of this has a place, and I'm not knocking any of it, but I just want to divide it up for you guys and show you how you can put it all together. So I do get to meet a few people too who are different body types. Some are in great shape, some have a ways to go, some are in a transition of getting there, and their main objective is to inspire people to, especially women, because we struggle most with this, but inspire people to just love the heck out of themselves. Just love who you are on the inside, accept your body the way it is, love it exactly for what it is, and don't let the world around us, which is a hard place to live in, no matter where you are physically and what level of shape you're in or internal health wise, there's always something that's going to make you feel inferior to something else, whether it be magazines, social media, TV, etc., even just social stigmas. There's so much to just pull you apart, and if it's not your weight, it's your hair or your skin or your age or your sex or your political views. We're just a race. Everybody's at each other's throats anymore, and there's always something to feel inferior about if we let that kind of world get to us. So what I found and what I work really hard to promote for people is kind of putting these things together, starting at that place, because what I've learned is that, a note on the Fitspiration stuff, people can't be, and I address this in Buddha Belly, my book, people do not do well, they don't generally have healthy success by being bullied into a place of change. So if they're sitting there looking at six-pack abs all day and they've got 70 pounds before even hitting a remotely healthy weight, before even touching abs, all this is doing to your subconscious is telling you, you are not good enough. The you right now is not good enough, or until you're here, you're not good enough, or this is what good looks like. We're not saying this is what healthy looks like. Like I've addressed before, you can be in phenomenal physical shape and have just a wrecked internal ecosystem or mind space. You could have a very unhealthy mind. Any girls that I've ever talked to that have had eating disorders, they look in the mirror every day and see something so disfigured, where the rest of us are envying how they look in a bathing suit, but they will never see that because of what's going on internally. So we cannot gauge that as being health. And so it's not good. I give them a little grace. Like we all have, fit, like I said, when we did our life boards the first week, we all have our ideas of fit, and to kind of incorporate some of that. And generally, like my life board, had some people on it that were in great shape, but they were doing things and activities. But what I've noticed is that it's really important to start somewhere else. So where everybody else is standing, where, like I said, this third group was standing in the self-love part and just acceptance of your body, that is such a great place to start, but it's not a good place to stop. And that's what I really, really, really try and work with people on. And I'm really, really, with the way that I do my coaching, and I like to train my coaches and just spread my message, it is start there. Start where you are. There's a lot of things that you can do to love the skin you're in right now. Because if you don't love yourself, you cannot nurture your body. You can beat the crap out of it, and you can maybe see success with that and maybe not. You can go on a crash diet, which can wreck your thyroid, wreck your adrenals, and possibly get into a very fit body. But that is not the way that we need to do this. You need to start with a place of self-acceptance and self-love. And ironically, when you really appreciate yourself and you love yourself, but you don't stop there, what happens is you're going to nurture your body. So when you love the skin you're in, when you love the person you are on the inside, you know that you are worth something. As you would the way we nurture our children. We love our kids, and occasionally, we don't always feed them the best and everything, but if we have the time and the resources and the knowledge of what they should be eating, what are we going to do? Are we just going to pump them full of crap that does nothing for their bodies, that doesn't help them grow, that makes them get sick more often, that gives them bad skin when they're teenagers, that, you know, makes them overweight, that does all this stuff. No, because we don't want that for our kids. We love them. We want them to be taken care of. If you have a brand new car, if you're a car person, I'm not really a car person, but, you know, you got a Ferrari, are you just gonna rally it in the woods, or are you gonna polish that sucker, cover it up, keep it in the garage when you're not using it, only bring it out when the weather's nice, you know, detail it every other month? You're gonna take care of that baby because you love it so much. The reason we're not taking care of our bodies is because we don't love ourselves enough to do that. We feel for some reason undeserving, and it generally goes into the subconscious and these subconscious thoughts of who we are and what we're, you know, what we deserve. You know, so we're not loving ourselves into a healthier place. And you're not loving yourself enough either by just sitting back and saying, I love myself the way I am right here. I'm good this way and everything. If you loved yourself enough, you would make sure that you took care of that body. You should look at it and you should love it, even if it's not perfect in where you want it to be today. You know, love it for what it can do and love it for what it wants to do for you. If you do what's right for it, it will do everything you want it to do. It will get to a healthy weight for you, and it will get to a healthy function for you, and it will help fight disease and keep you well and keep you happy and keep depression away, and it give you children, you know, if you're having infertility issues. You know, I mean, there's always, you know, exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, your body wants to heal and it wants to function. It just needs for you to love it enough. There's a quote, I'm probably going to botch this, but it goes around on Pinterest a lot, and it says something like, the girl said to herself or her body, I love you, or I love you so much just the way you are, or I love you like that, or something like that. I don't know, right? And her body and herself said back to her, I've been waiting my whole life for you to hear those words from you, you know? And that's so true, because when you separate your conscious mind, which is the one that we think and that we see ourselves and we think things, you know, about other people, and we assess conscious situations, from your subconscious is all the deep-rooted stuff that we don't even always know we're saying to ourselves. It's what that is tape recorded everything in our lives. The negative comment someone made, you know, or a self-perception that we created as a child. And even if we've completely grown out of that place, we still remember that. It's recorded it and it's playing it over and over and over. So it's important to reprogram that dialogue, which that's a whole nother day. That's, like I said, that's with hypnotherapy, we focus on a lot of that, but it's important for you guys to understand that your inner mind is working against you, and how important it is to reprogram that. So the easiest thing you guys can do, and this is what I'm going to give you guys, and anybody that's had my book, Buddha Belly, you guys have seen this little activity I want you to do, but I call it an I am card. And what I advise everybody to do is to write down about 5 things about yourself that are just the most defeating. The things that you hear yourself saying about yourself, or that you feel about yourself, that is probably just the most standing in your way. What if you didn't feel that way would make your life so much easier, okay? And make a list of about 5 things. For example, I'm gonna make this a little easier for you. So if you say, I can't lose weight, I'm not pretty, I'm not smart enough, I'm not successful, whatever, okay? Those things that are just the most devastating to you. And we all kind of know what those things are if you take a little time to meditate on it and kind of pay attention to it. Okay, so take that, I want you to write them all down next to it on a piece of paper. And then in a column next to it, I want you to write exactly the opposite of what you wrote in column 1. So in column 1, I am stupid. I want you to write, I am smart, or I'm an intelligent person exactly the way I need to be, or for exactly the things that matter in my life. You know, God gave me these gifts and I'm great with them. Whatever, however you want to verbalize that. But you need to take what the negative thought you had and write the positive, even if you think it feels like total crap to you. You know, I am overweight. I want you to write, I am working every day to get healthier. I'm on my way to better health right now. I am on my way to being fit right now. I am so proud of myself. I am doing good. You know, so take your 5 things and write the complete opposites down. And then I want you to make a little card and I want you to put, you can use like an index card, I mean, whatever, get creative, I don't know, make it colorful. And I want you to put the adverse side on that card, not the negatives. I want you to put the positives on that card. And I want you to read it a few times a day. You can read it in the mirror. You can read it on your own time. You can read it before work. You can read it in your car. Keep it in your wallet. Pull it out whenever you need it. And for a while, make sure you at least read it 3 times a day. And maybe morning before bed and once in the middle of the day. Just try and make it kind of a habit. And if you need it more than that, read it as many times as you need to. Read it as many times during the day, because what you need to do is you need to reprogram that camera that has recorded all that stuff in your life. You need to reprogram that. And that is the first step. And that is the first step of loving yourself. And you will feel that improve so much in how you view yourself. And you will inspire, that will help you inspire yourself to, and motivate yourself to nurture this great you that's working so hard to get healthy. Now you want to feed your body better food because you really appreciate your body. Even if it's not where it's at, you want it to be well. You love it. For the first time, you see it as a separate thing, or this child that you've neglected or not taken care of or abused, talking so horribly to it, and feeding it stuff that just makes it sick every day, and plugging it full of medications to make up for what you eat, feed it that's bad. And this poor little kid just wants to be loved. It wants to grow big and strong, and it wants to be everything you want it to be. It wants to impress you. It wants to protect you. So let it do its job. Love it enough, love this part of yourself enough to let it do its job. So that's our focus this week. I will have some more stuff for you guys. I know this is my deeper segment, so I hope you guys enjoy it. But enjoy February and take this time to do some things for you. We'll go into some more of that throughout the next couple weeks, but I really appreciate you guys being the people you are. I so appreciate, like I said, the Instagram following we've been pulling in stuff has grown exponentially in a short period of time, and I really appreciate the people that give a lot of feedback and have latched on to, like I said, the videos or the advice or the courses we've got coming up and all the things we're doing, and in the book. It's so cool to have so many people on board, and for coaches and people that are health minded, it's so awesome to have you guys. If this isn't an aspect of wellness that you've taken into consideration or brought into your training practices or brought into your yoga practices, which they're probably the best at it, or brought into your nutrition coaching and whatever you're doing, then you're really missing out on a big foundation to build for the people that need it the most, and to see the best change in them. So, and the best change in yourself. Do this for you. You deserve it. You deserve to love yourself, and you deserve to feel good in your skin, and you deserve to have a long, healthy life free of disease, and you deserve, not to suffer every day.